Hi guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, November 25th, 2014. This is Jennifer, and this is Marie. So we're having a pajama party here on Talk to Me Tuesday. This was started sort of accidentally. It was started sort of accidentally by Jules 68, who has done a couple of videos in her pajamas so that she had time to record before she went to work. And then HP5 Freak decided that it should be a thing, so she recorded a video in her pajamas. So I am coming to you today with unfixed hair and no makeup in my PJs. My pajamas are not very exciting. I sleep in a big t-shirt and either pajama pants or boxer shorts, so it's not that different than what I normally wear, which is a t-shirt and jeans. I'm wearing a Ravenclaw t-shirt today that I was given years ago by a former Talk to Me Tuesdayer. You might remember her. Her name was Hugh Tab. As I've mentioned previously, we've had a massive shortage at the Linus Connection, so I have been doing my part to help fill the need. My personal goal every month is 2 blankets, so either they are crocheted or they are quilts or they are fleece, but my personal goal is 2 a month. I have 2 completed. It's only been a week since the last meeting, so that's pretty good. And the first one I want to show you guys is this one behind me. This is actually from when Fandom and Stitches did the Make-A-Wish quilt. We did a Make-A-Wish Project of Doom, and I invited everyone to send extra blocks for the Linus Connection. Well, the last couple of weeks I have received more Project of Doom blocks from a variety of people, just totally by surprise, and one of those was Pren, who also used to do Talk to Me Tuesday. And I had enough. I actually just made 1 block and then I had enough to put together a quilt. So it is 4 blocks wide, 4 blocks down. So we got 16 Project of Doom blocks. And then I did 3 inches for the bookshelf so that it would be a nice long bookshelf and it has little legs on it and everything. Let's do a little pan so you can see the bottom. See how I did this? I did this row, I did this row, and then I put these, there we go, then I put these sides on so that they came out as bookcase legs. So while I have this miniature Project of Doom on the wall, I want to tell you guys how awesome it was to get your reaction for the 2015 Project of Doom on Fandom and Stitches. There were a couple of questions about that. Number 1 was, is this an entirely new quilt? It is not a new quilt. It is an invitation to either make the Project of Doom for the first time, to finish the Project of Doom you already started, or make another one if you've made one before and you would like to join in. It's going to be a community event. There are I think we had like 50 people join the Project of Doom Facebook page in the day or 2 after I announced it. I think it's going to be a really big event. I think we're going to have a great time. I'm going to have some awesome Harry Potter themed prizes specifically for people that make the original Project of Doom blocks. So if you make one of my patterns and you post pictures to the Flickr group next year, you will be entered to win a special Harry Potter prize from me. So that's why it has to be one of my patterns, because the prizes are actually coming from me to encourage people to work on their Project of Doom quilts. And I do hope this helps the quite a few people that I know that were in the round 1 that didn't quite get theirs finished. I really hope that this helps you guys, encourages you to pull those blocks out, pull that fabric out, and finish your Project of Doom. My other finish for the Linus Connection was the Scrappy Green quilt, and the thing I did not say about the Project of Doom that was just on the wall is that I free motion quilted both of these on, I think, Friday. I basted them, I free motion quilted them, I got them bound, I took pictures, I washed them, and they are ready to go. Now the reason that I made sure to wash these, one is there was a lot of green fabric on this, and the back of it was this awesome shamrock fabric that I was given by another fabulous person named Jennifer, who I feel like she did Talk to Me Tuesday maybe when we very first started like 5 years ago, but she hasn't been on in a long time. But anyway, she gave me some awesome fabric for Linus. It worked great on the back of this, and this is green front and back. It's the first color catcher I've ever had come out green, so that was awesome. But anyway, so I did a big meander on this, and on this quilt, I did, let's see if you can see it, I did big swirls. I just did big swirls all over with like a neutral thread. And the back of this, you can see it better, this is actually a bolt of fabric I found at Goodwill for $1. It had like 8 yards on it, and it's actually pillowcase fabric, but I'm gonna pull back so you can see it. I pieced it and it made an awesome quilt back. So it's all washed now so that it's spiffy and clean, and this is actually already labeled and ready to go to Linus. So you guys may remember earlier this year I made this list. This is my Finish It in 14 list, which has not been on Talk to Me Tuesday in quite some months. It has, however, been hanging on my wall all year long. After I finished quilting the 2 quilts that I did for Linus, I decided that I really needed to at least try to work on some of these things in December so that I have a smaller list in January. My goal is to finish all of my old projects so that I can kind of refocus next year. The way I do things has changed a lot since I started a lot of these projects, so I'd really like to get them done and only be working on a couple of projects at a time as opposed to having a big stack of UFOs. Sunday, I got this list out and I pulled out my box of UFOs, and I took 3 of the projects and I got them basted. So all of these projects, except for 2, are quilts that need to be quilted, which is really, really sad. These are also all projects for me, which is why they haven't gotten done, because if I have a deadline, I will finish it. If it's for a publication, I will finish it. If it's something that I'm doing for a block of the month or a block of the week, I will finish it. But if it's for me, a lot of times I get the top done and then I have to work on something for someone else and it just doesn't get done. So this is my Harry Potter swap blocks from years ago. So I'm just going to give you guys a sneak peek of these. So these were swap blocks received in swaps in 2007, 2008. And that is number 1 on this list. This is my There and Back Again quilt, also known as Tababomb, also known as the Hobbit block of the month that we did on Fandom Stitches in 2011, I think is when we did that. So this quilt has been done since 2011. It just needs to be quilted. It is now basted and ready to quilt. This one is number 3 on my list. This is my Churn Dash and Snowball quilt. It was made from vintage Churn Dash blocks that I bought from the Linus Mall, which is where we put things that we can't use for Linus quilts, but you can make a donation and then basically buy stuff. It's a really nice, easy way for us to pay for our snacks every month. So this is this quilt. I made, these are all vintage, the Churn Dashes, and I did everything else. So again, it's basted and ready to quilt, and that's all it needs is quilting and binding. So that's number 1, number 3, and number 6 on this list are basted and ready to quilt. So even if I don't do anything else this year, which I'm hoping to do more this year, but even if I don't do anything else, at least I've moved these projects forward a little bit. There are 2 things on this list that, one of them for sure I'm taking off completely, and that is number 15. That is the Not All Who Wander Are Lost, which is the Lord of the Rings block of the month that we did on Fandom Stitches a couple years ago. I really do want to work on that project, but I haven't really made a start on it, so it's not technically a UFO, so I'm putting it on my wish list for things I want to do and taking it off my UFO list because, like I said, it really isn't a UFO. So that one is off the list, which is one last thing. Also, number 17 on this list is a project with some 80s t-shirts, and by 19, I mean like 1980s, like when I was in high school t-shirts. I have had this bag of t-shirt for years. I've spent all year trying to figure out what I was going to do with it, and I don't think I want to do anything with it. So it may just end up either going in my closet or going to Goodwill, or some of them are just almost in tatters, so those may go in the trash, or I may just put it back on my shelf for another year because, again, it isn't really a UFO because it hasn't even started becoming something yet, so I'm just going to take it off the list. The only other thing on this list that has not been started is my Australian quilt. I did pick a pattern for that, so I am hoping, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it all out and do it at retreat next year, so it probably will roll over to my 2015 list, but hopefully my 2015 list is going to be much, much shorter. I only have a last couple of things to share with you guys. First, I have been crocheting a little bit, and this will be for Linus. This is another rectangular granny gan, which I am really enjoying making these. The This is out of just leftover yarn. I'm getting close to running out, so I'm probably going to have to get another skein of something because I've been trying to make bigger teen size quilts, and we have a new blanket specification page that has a graphic on it that I will put a link to in the description. It's just for the Linus Connection, and basically it shows the smallest blankets we accept to the largest that we recommend. We can take bigger ones, but it's not necessary because we're not making bed quilts, we're making comfort quilts. So I will put that in the description because a lot of you have been very generous and have asked me what you can do to help and have offered to make blankets and offered to send blankets, and so I'm going to put that in the description so you can see what it is that we do and what kind of blankets we collect and distribute to kids in crisis in Central Texas. Speaking of you guys helping, I got this wonderful stack of 3 fleece blankets with crocheted edges from Jules 68 for the Linus Connection, which I'm extremely appreciative of, mostly because she has her own blanket charity that she donates to, so it is extremely, extremely generous to share these with my organization, because not only did she take care of these and put the pretty crocheted borders on them, but she mailed them to Austin, which is just extremely wonderful and much, much, much appreciated. I just got word that Paper Piecing Vintage is quilted and it's headed home from the quilter, so I will have it by the time the final block, the December block, comes out, which is Monday. So you guys be sure you stop by Sew Hooked on Monday to see the final Paper Piecing Vintage quilt, and if you haven't signed up for that yet, just a reminder that it's $12. You get 12 months of patterns in 2 sizes, plus bonus blocks, plus quilt instructions, plus a bonus pieced border, which you will be seeing on Monday. I did get my 100 blocks for my Etsy shop in. I have 4 copies left. These sold kind of like hotcakes, and I didn't order as many this year because the last couple times I've ordered I've ended up with leftovers, so I estimated based on that, and of course they're selling out. So if you haven't ordered yours, I've got 4 left. So they are in my Etsy shop, and there will be a link in the description. That is going to be it for me. I have banana bread in the oven and I have a lot of baking to do. It is Thanksgiving week. We are spending the holiday with my husband's family. My daughter comes home from school tomorrow, which I am fantastically squeeful about. And I have lots to do today, including getting this edited online and updating Fandom and Stitches. So you guys be sure and stop by the Etsy shop. Remember to think about Project of Doom 2015. It's a good time to start going through your scraps and seeing what you've got, and I think that's going to be it. Wear your pajamas in your next video, and be sure to post at ttmt.livejournal.com. Our prize giver this month is HP 5 Freak, and I'm sure whatever she gives will be fantastic. And also, while I'm thinking about it, if you guys want to do prizes again next year, let me know in comments on LiveJournal if that's a thing you want to keep doing, because that happened totally spontaneously this year and it was really, really fun, and I just want to know if you guys want to do it again. I will talk to you guys next week. Bye!